Did you know that there was only one time when all the countries in the world came together to agree on something? Reaching a solid point of agreement is one of the most impossible things to do, but not in this case. This is the story of how all the countries in the world came together to save the world. Back in the 80s, scientists discovered a hole in the ozone layer, and if nothing gets done about it, the ozone layer gets destroyed by 2050. About 15 to 35 kilometers above the Earth's surface, a gas called ozone surrounds the planet. The ozone acts as a shield from the harmful radiation from the sun. The ozone layer is made up of molecules containing 3 atoms of oxygen. Without the ozone layer, life on Earth will be exposed to dangerous radiation from the sun. The ozone layer protects us from the sun by absorbing most of this radiation coming from the sun. What then happens when the ozone layer is gone?
Every October, a hole appears in the ozone layer over the South Pole.
The hole in the ozone shield is the size of the continental United States.
The protective ozone layer is being threatened as never before. We're all at risk.
Several scientists began to find answers to why there was a big hole in the ozone layer.
It's such a shocking revelation. Over half the ozone layer destroyed above Antarctica in a decade.
The ozone layer was getting depleted at a very fast pace, so there was need for us to act fast. If quick steps are not taken, in short time, the ecosystem will be wiped off, and that will be the end of the world. Although when scientists broke the news, the people didn't believe it, just like how some do not believe in climate change. Fortunately, scientists were able to convince the world, and that was just the beginning of the end. September 16, 1987 was the day when all the countries in the world came together and signed an agreement. The MONTREAL Protocol recognizes that worldwide emissions of certain substances can significantly deplete and otherwise modify the ozone layer. There were also control measures given. Countries that could not afford it were given aids to help them. On this day, almost 200 country leaders came together and signed the treaty. It was a huge success in the world history.
Strong depletion of the ozone layer that was detected in 1985 was the first significant global environmental concern.
The depletion of the ozone layer is very dangerous, and if all the countries in the world didn't come together to solve this problem, there would have been no future for us.
It's absolutely terrifying to work on a project that's so important because you know that failure is not an option.
Montreal Protocol has been a matter of start and strength. In the beginning, there may have been just one gas, and then you add it on with more knowledge, with more science, the other gases, the other substances.
We already know today that we have saved also over 25 billion CO2 equivalent gases under the Montreal Protocol by virtue of the actions that were taken, and therefore having generated an extraordinary climate benefit over the last 15-20 years. And that is part, in a sense, of a win-win track record of the Montreal Protocol.
Consequently, companies that were known for production of ozone-depleting materials came and also signed agreements to stop the production of those materials.
We are working to protect human life. It has taken determination.
It has made more progress than any other environmental convention in the world.
If the countries of the world engaged in similar deliberations for every issue that faces our world, I would be very happy.
It is a protocol that should be extremely well known in the world because it is a success. And it is the proof that when put together and if governments want to, they indeed can solve an environmental issue.
This year, the ozone hole over Antarctica was far smaller than expected. In fact, it was the smallest since the ozone hole was discovered, the result of unusual weather patterns in the stratosphere over the South Pole.
If countries keep meeting this agreement, the ozone layer is expected to have fully recovered by 2050.
The story of the Montreal Protocol is in some ways also the story of the 20th century. Something that was a great invention had unintended consequences that suddenly became a planetary problem.
Making the Montreal Protocol a success has taken brilliant minds.
September 16 of every year is the day that has been set aside to celebrate the success of the Montreal Protocol. Personally, I believe there is a bright future waiting for us if only we can come together as a people and agree.